Request for quotation.
RFQ is for request for quotation. I told you before also in the first class when I'm teaching about the procurement cycle, RFQ came into picture. Where exactly the RFQ will help you in the business process? Where exactly it will help you in the business process? RFQ. Guys, in a company, if you are doing some kind of procurement, you are doing some procurement of goods. Okay, maybe it will be like some manufacturing purpose or any kind of other purpose where you are procuring goods. Once you procure the goods, okay, you're using for some kind of production purpose, and after you're using for sales purpose and all. What all raw materials you are procuring? Where exactly you are getting, guys? You are getting from the vendors, suppliers. Okay, you are getting from the suppliers or vendors or distributors, whatever it may be. You are getting from the respective person, suppliers. Okay, you're getting from the respective vendor. Okay, for a company, there are certain vendors will be there. There are certain vendors will be there. Just think that I have a single material. For one material, just think it's a chloride, a chemical material chloride. So for this chloride, in the market there are 100 vendors are there. There are 100 vendors are there in the market. Just think in my state only. In my state only, I have 100 vendors who can provide this chemical to me. So will I procure from all the vendors? In the market, 100 vendors are there. Will I procure from all the 100 vendors? Obviously, no, right? So here, as my company was there, as a big company, I have to maintain at least 4 to 5 vendors I should maintain. I have to maintain some good relationship with 4 to 5 vendors, maximum 10 vendors. But I can't maintain more than 10 vendors or like that. Okay, more than 10 vendors I can't maintain. So minimum you can maintain 5 to 10 vendors in the range of 5 to 10 vendors. I should maintain some of the agreement between the vendors that I'm going to procure from you. How can I make an agreement? How can I select 5 vendors in 100 vendors? In the market, 100 vendors are there. How can I choose only 5 vendors? You can choose only required vendors through RFQ process. Through RFQ process, we are going to select only our required vendors, 5 vendors or 1 vendor or whatever it may be. Okay. Okay, we are going to select the respective vendor. If it is like some general procurement, you are not procuring daily basis. You are procuring on a monthly once you are procuring. If you monthly once if you are procuring, you need to select only one vendor in all 100 vendors. You need to maintain only one vendor in all the vendors. It's same like your job only, guys. One job position, if you guys apply, normally you will see thousands of applications you will see for one position. But end of the day, they will select only one person. It's same like this. We are also selecting only a single vendor. How we are selecting a vendor? First of all, there are some criteria are there to select a vendor. First one is price. Criteria is price, quality, and lead time. And if you go to real-time companies, you may see different scenarios you will see. But majority of the companies they will follow either of this one: price, quality, and lead time. These things they will follow to select the vendors. Okay, and for this process only we will use the RFQ process, request for quotation process. This is one scenario. Okay, this is one scenario we will use the RFQ process, and we have one more scenario was there. Okay, already in our company, in our database, in our SAP database, we have for one material. For this material, we have vendors are there. Just think 6 vendors, 6 source of vendors are there. Source of supply maintained for 6 vendors. Okay, for this chlorate, I have 6 vendors, but this month I am doing some large procurement. Means some heavy procurement I am doing. Means quantity will be heavy. So in that case, I am asking for. I already have agreement between 6 vendors, guys. Just think I already have agreements between 6 vendors. Okay. Now, every quarterly basis, what I am doing some bidding process. I am doing some bidding process. As my agreement contains more quantity, I will procure on a future basis. I'm giving assurance to the vendors that I will procure more quantity on the future basis because I have the requirement. I have orders to be fulfilled the customers. So I will procure large quantity from you. Okay, I want to know the bidding process. Okay, now what will happen between the 6 vendors? Okay, for all the vendors, what will happen? Bidding process will start. Bidding process. For this also we can use RFQ. Bidding process and for the selection process. Mainly when you don't have any vendors, you will use RFQ for the selection process. How to select the vendor, on which criteria you need to select the vendor. Once you select the vendor, then you need to follow the bidding process for the same vendor through RFQ process only. This can be half-yearly or any kind of annually. It can be even quarterly also, quarterly, half-yearly or annually, whatever it may be. They'll follow this bidding process. Okay, but whenever they want to select any vendor, then they need to follow this RFQ process for selecting vendors. This RFQ process for the bidding process. Okay, these two uses only you will use the RFQ process. I told you the one-time vendor concept, right, guys? Did I told you the one-time vendor concept? One-time vendor concept.
Yeah, theoretically, I explained.
Theoretically, I explained. Okay, you can give me mute. Yeah, thank you. Here, just think. Okay, in the market, 100 vendors are there, guys. First scenario we'll see. Okay, this scenario is not required. Okay, first scenario we'll see. This is the major requirement. In the market, I have 6 vendors. I'm searching in Google. I'm the sourcing person. I'm searching in Google. I have 6 vendors in the market are there for this material. 6 vendors are there. Please keep it mute, guys. I have 6 vendors in the market. If I have 6 vendors in the market, I am going to select any of single vendor from the 6 vendors. Okay, then I should do the RFQ process. I should do RFQ process. I should do now. Now, what is the first requirement, guys? I need to have a material master, right? I need to have a material master I require, right? Now, tell me what and all that is required data to create this RFQ process. A material master is required with respect to material. Okay. Now, what is the next thing we require, guys?
Vendor master.
Vendor master. Why you will maintain the vendor master here? How can you maintain the vendor master? These vendors are still there in the market only. Means what? Still we didn't maintain the vendor master only. And we are not going to maintain the vendor master first of all. Once we select the vendor, then only we will create a vendor master record, right? Before selecting vendor, how can you create a vendor master record? Now we didn't select the vendor, right? Getting the point? Here you are telling vendor master is required, but I am telling that if you create a vendor master, what is the use of that? Because I am going to select only one person, one vendor only. Just like if you go to job, okay, interview. If you go just to go for interview, along with you there are 10 people are there. For 10 people, they will create employee ID, or only for single person they will create employee ID once you get selected. Once you get selected, then only they will create an employee ID for only for the respective persons. Before selecting only, will they create the employee IDs? No, right? Once you get selected, once the process is done, then only they will create the employee ID. Here also, still the vendor is not selected. Still the vendor is not selected. How can you create a vendor master in SAP? We can't. For this purpose, we are using one-time vendor concept. Okay, we can use one-time vendor. You can ask, so when you will use the vendor master? Once you maintain the vendors, when we will use the vendors which are already maintained in SAP, that you can use the bidding process. Already vendor is maintained, then you can use the same vendor for the bidding process because you are doing negotiation with the vendors. For bidding process, you can do this process. But if you're selecting vendor, then you are using one-time vendor concept. Mainly you will use one-time vendor concepts. One-time vendor what guys? One vendor, it will act as a multiple vendors. Whenever you are doing a one-time purchase, you are using the reference as this vendor and you're changing the name of the vendor. One-time vendor, we can change the name of the vendor, everything you can change. One-time vendor means. Okay, we're using one-time vendor as some vendor. Let's create one-time vendor first of all. Already we have the material master. Let me create the one-time vendor. You will understand practically once I teach you. Just observe carefully, guys. XK01. Company code is 1000, purchase organization is 1000, and account group. If you go here, we have one-time vendor was there. Can you see? Default, you can see CPD, CPDL. Can you see, guys? CPD, CPDL. Only difference is like internal number and external number range. Number range which is internal and number range which is external. I am taking internal number range. Okay. CPD I am taking. Okay. Or CPDL, whatever it may be. Okay. External number means I should give the number here. Means one time. One time. One time has been created for the company code, guys. Can you see? One time is a vendor name. One time is a vendor name. Okay. So I have created a vendor master. Now in my company, whenever I am doing the one time purchase, let me take one scenario, guys, to understand the one time vendor and all. Generally, I used to procure a material from vendors. Generally, I'll procure a material from the vendors, regular vendors I used to procure. But one day they told me that okay, they can't provide the stock to the plant because there is some production issues are going, there is some repairs are there, so I can't issue the goods to you, I can't give the stock to you, you need to wait for 2 to 3 days of time. Okay, now I don't have that much of time, my production is going on. Okay, I need to have a stock. I don't have any other vendors. I don't have any other vendors in the market. Only one vendor is there. Now what I should do, guys? Okay, they are giving the goods to other peoples also, right? Because vendor is doing business with lot of peoples, not only you, right? So what are the material that is required by you? Okay, that will be given by the distributors or dealers or any kind of other persons also in the market. Small resellers will be there, even they also will provide the materials to you. Then what you will do, you will go directly go to the respective person and you will ask for the material is available or not. If it is available, directly you can't pay to him because you are a company, you can't pay to him. What we can do, we are giving a PO copy to him. We are giving a PO copy to him. Maybe you are paying within a day or half day, that doesn't matter. But with respect to PO copy only, with respect to PO copy only, you need to purchase the material. Okay. Then which vendor you will use? Then which vendor you will use in the PO copy? In the PO, which vendor you will use to procure the goods? You need to use one-time vendor. You need to use here one time. And you need to change the name of the vendor to respective person, dealer or distributor, whatever it may be. You need to change the name of the person. And you should give the PO copy to the respective person. Tomorrow you require one more material, but even this distributor also don't have the material. You'll go to other distributor. Just you change the name of the vendor to some other name. But one time vendor is the constant name. We can use the PO vendor. Okay. Even the same one time this vendor you can use for RFQ purpose also. Now I am doing the selection of vendors. I am selecting a single vendor from the market. From lot of vendors, I am selecting a single vendor. What I will do? I will use one-time vendor concept. Just I change the name and email ID of the respective vendor, and I will send the respective quotation to him. Okay, this is my requirement. Can you fulfill the requirement or not? I am using one-time vendor concept for the RFQ purpose. Let me show you practically here. Take any material, guys. If you are creating RFQ, the T code to create RFQ is ME41, guys. The T code to create RFQ is ME41. ME41. Here, RFQ type. What is the type of RFQ you are doing? Are you doing the selection of vendors? Are you doing the bidding process? What is the type of RFQ you are doing? Can you see here? A request for bidding. Can you see here? Request for bidding. This is generally for RFQ. Main RFQ is this one, guys. This is main RFQ. This is the RFQ for bidding. Generally, we will use only these two, either bidding process or RFQ process. Okay, these are like created by someone else. Okay, leave it. AN and AB. AN we will use for the RFQ purpose, which is for the selection of vendors. AN. Okay, and language will be coming automatically. RFQ date will be coming automatically. Quotation deadline. Quotation deadline you are giving to the vendors that I am providing quotation to you today. Today 23rd I am giving to you. Deadline to reply my quotation. Deadline to respond to my quotation deadline was 28. 28. 08 21. I am giving him a week time, a 5 days of time I am giving to him to reply to my quotation. Okay, I am giving some time to the vendor to respond to my quotation. This RFQ number is coming automatically. Purchase organization, purchasing group, leave it. Okay, enter. One make it as mandatory field selection. Okay, collective number. Collective number is always a material number, guys. Remember, collective number is always a material number. For which material number? For which material are you doing the RFQ process? For which material number you are doing the RFQ process? Always a material number. Just think. Yeah, this is a material number. Okay. Just enter, guys. Enter. System will take you to the item overview screen here. Here you are going to maintain the material. How much of material, which material you want, how much of quantity you want, how much of quantity you want to procure. Okay, you should maintain the delivery date also. When exactly you require the material to be supplied by the vendor. Today is my quotation date, which is my creation date, and deadline was 28th. 28th is the deadline. I want the material to be supplied by 3rd of August or 2nd of August. Okay, I am entering like this. Just enter, guys. Just click on enter. What's the date here? 8th. Let's go 10th. We made some date wrong. Wait. Maybe I give next month. I think so. 8 I give. I think so. Wait. I give 8th there. Quotation deadline date. The research system is taking error. Let me give my delivery date as on September 1st. September 1st was my delivery date. Okay. The vendor should deliver on September 1st. It should deliver to me. Okay. And select the line now. And now go to the vendor here. Vendor address. Vendor address. Okay. Now I need to submit this RFQ to vendor. I have to submit this RFQ to vendor. Which vendor? One-time vendor. One-time vendor. Vendor. Can you see? In case of one-time vendors, please enter address manually. Can you see, guys? In case of one-time vendors, you need to enter the address manually. Generally, if you enter any other vendors, guys, just think I'm giving other vendor. I'm giving any other vendor. Vendor master is there for this one. I'm giving you the vendor. System will take the address automatically. But in case if you are giving a one-time vendor, system will not take the address manually because one-time vendor contains lot of vendors. Whatever the one-time purchase you are doing, you will use the same number you will use. Right? That is the reason we have one-time vendor. I am to enter all these things manually. I am taking as first as data 01. Okay. Now just save it, guys. Enter the address, email ID of the vendor and just save it. Okay. Just save it. Now, system will be in this screen only. Don't go back, okay? Now, again keep one-time vendor. Okay, the same thing I am sending to one more vendor because I have 6 vendors are there. Previously, I sent RFQ for Tata. Now I am sending for IBM. Like this, how many vendors are there? You're going to use, you're going to send it to the respective vendor. Okay, this for IBM I am sending. Okay, same vendor number but IBM. Again, same vendor. I'll send for which company? Just Wipro. Next, I mean same vendor again. I am selecting some Reliance. Like this, how many vendors are there? We can use the same one-time vendor and we can process this RFQ process. Save it. Now, I send for 5 vendors, 4 to 5 vendors. I send the RFQ. Now come back. Save the document. Yes. Now RFQ we created. Okay, it got saved. Okay, RFQ was created. Okay. If you want to change anything, you can change. Once you create RFQ, what you will do? Once you create RFQ, what is the next thing you will do? You should ensure that the RFQ document was sent to vendor. Once you enter the email ID in the vendor address, once you enter the address, vendor address in the respective email ID, generally it will take you to the vendor. Generally the PO copy, the RFQ copy, it will go to vendor. Okay. If it is vends, how it will go? It will go through the output configuration. I will show you the output configuration, but it just believe that it should go through output configuration. Here we can see the output messages tab. Okay, from here it will go to the vendor. From here it will go to the vendor. Ensure that you have some output type should be there here. You should have some output type should be there here. Save it. Okay, RFQ we changed it. Just I'm ensuring okay everything is good. Okay, I'm ensuring everything is good in the RFQ. Now RFQ got created. RFQ got created. Just go to here and check in the message tab. It was went or not. Generally, you should go. Can you see guys what is there here? Successfully processed. Successfully processed means what? It was sent it to vendor. It was sent to vendor. Okay, but in the real time you will be having some mapping things will be there. It will go to vendor automatically. Okay, as the idle system it will not go anywhere, but it will show that successfully it was processed. No issue. Sometimes it will show you in red color that it was like failed to send. Sometimes it will be in yellow color, it is in still processing. It's in green color means it's processed. The output was sent to vendor. Okay, now output was sent. If output was not sent, just think if output was not sent, you should see you need to send the output through manually. You need to send output manually. How can you take the print of RFQ and you will send it to the vendor manually? Go to /n me9a /n me9a. Okay, enter the document number. How can you get the document number, guys? The document number you get in me4m or me4l. Okay, /o me4m. me4m here. If you have the material number, enter only, give only material number and execute, guys. What will happen? System will show the RFQs whichever you sent. System will show the RFQ to whatever vendors you sent. Can you see, guys? Tata, IBM, Wipro, Reliance. You send for 4 vendors. On which date? On 23rd you send for RFQ. Can you see RFQ document number? See, 91, 92, 93, 94. Each and every vendor is having one document number. Okay. Now I am taking a print of document numbers and I am sending to the vendor manually. First I am taking print for Tata. Just go to message me9a. Go to /n me9a. Give your document number and execute, guys. Nowadays some issues will be there. State. There is some issue. Just wait. Generated. Let me check this one. Yeah. Can you see it? Once you click on ME9A, give your document number here. Give your document number here. Execute. It will show you the document number. Okay. This one, what you will do, just go to the output messages or display messages. Okay. Just display your input, display your PDF. This is a rejection letter. Okay. Same way you can see the RFQ document number. You can see the RFQ document number. Take a print of this one. Take a print of this one. Okay. The real time you can see an option, you can see here, save option will be there. This is not displaying here. You can see the print option we can see here. Take a print of this one. Okay. That copy, PDF copy, you are going to send it to the email to the vendor. Email to the vendor. For that email, vendor is going to respond for that. Once you send the email to the vendor RFQ, once you send the email to the vendor is going to respond to that email that these are my details. Can you see what I am requesting here? I am requesting for this quantity, how much is the price? You need to maintain the price for the respective things. Price, what is the lead time, and what are the payment terms and all. Payment terms, what is the lead time, everything. We can have some blanks here. We can set up that one. And you need to reply for all these things. You need to maintain everything here. Once you respond with all details, then what are you going to do? We are going to input the details in the SAP. Where we are going to input, guys? We are going to input in ME47. ME47, we are going to input all details. Go to / and ME47. There you are going to input details. What and all RFQ documents are there? Just think Tata responded to the quotation. Tata has been responded to the quotation. For Tata, how much is the price? For Tata, how much is the price? Is the material right? No, not. $191. Okay, go to 191. First of all, go to ME47. There keep your document number, RFQ document number. Now it is asking the currency. System is not taking now. Wait. Okay. Now, first Tata. For Tata, whatever they responded, Tata is giving that if you are procuring 1000 quantity, I am giving for 10 USD per 1. Tata responded with respect to quotation. I will give for 10. Okay. Now just save it. Now 192. 192 is for IBM. IBM is selling you 9 USD per 1. Save it. Now third vendor. Wipro. Wipro has told like 8. Now last vendor. How much of the price they have given? Maintain the price here. Is for Reliance. Reliance is 11. Now, which vendor provided for less price? Which vendor provided for the less price? Which vendor gave RFQ price less? Okay. Now such that in ME49, go to ME49 guys. There, just give your collective number, collective RFQ number. Collective RFQ is nothing but your material number, collective number. Just give your collective number. System will find out, okay, for this collective number, how much of quotations we received from the vendor and what are the prices and all, what are the conditions and all, and based on that, system will give the rankings to the vendors. Execute this one, guys. Can you see here what happened here? System gave 1, 2, 3, 4 rankings. 1, 2, 3, 4. First one, see guys. First one, 84%, 95%, 105 and 116. So system is calculating the prices. 8, 9, 10, 11. 8 is for what, guys? 8 is for vendor. This one, 193. This is the first rank. Click on this one, guys. 193. This is Wipro. Wipro gave 8. 8 euro per one. Wipro gave. This one. Second, it will go to IBM. IBM gave for 9. Okay. System gave rankings with respect to price now. As per the lowest price, system gave rankings. Okay. Now what I will do? I will select the first vendor. I am going to select the first vendor. Remaining 3 vendors, what I should do, guys? I need to send the rejection letters. I need to send the rejection letters. How I will send? Click on this document number and click on this one, rejection. You can see rejection. Save it. For all the vendors, remaining all the vendors, what I will do? Rejection. We are rejecting the candidate, we are rejecting the vendor, like that. This one also. Reject this one. Okay. Now I have only one vendor selected, remaining 3 are rejected. Okay. And once you get rejected also, you need to send a copy to vendor. Rejection copy you need to send it to the vendor. How do you send? Same process. ME9A/ME9A. If you go, give your document number. Give your document number. You see, quotation rejection will go automatically. Once you set up this one, the rejection will go automatically. Still it is in processing, okay? As the idle system, everything will be some, some issues will be there, okay? But in the real time, will not be seeing kind of any issues and all. Now, if you see here, this one, quotation rejection. Previously, we sent a quotation. Now we sent a rejection letter to the vendor. Okay. Now we have only one vendor, which you got selected. Only one vendor was there, which you got selected. For this vendor, what you will do? You will send a proposal to the vendor. You will send a formal email to the vendor that we are going to make agreement, a formal agreement between you and me. Once you send a proposal, like a formal agreement to vendor, they will sign off and they will create agreement, and after they will procure the goods. This is the process generally they will do in the companies. Okay, and for this one there will be dedicated team will be there who will taking care of this things and all. Okay, small concept. Okay, any questions on this one? Any questions on this one?
Sir, we are rejecting this particular vendor only for this particular material, right? Not for further procurements.
I didn't get you. What?
We are rejecting this vendor, right, sir? No. This.
Yes, sir, only for the RFQ purpose, not for other purpose, and only for this purpose only. RFQ. Tomorrow again we can do RFQ with respect to this vendor. Okay, for different materials.
Okay, got it.
Just I'm checking, guys. Don't. Yeah, leave it. Okay. It is not taking output. Okay, maybe some issue was there. Output and all. It is not taking output whenever I'm giving. That is the reason system is not showing me. Then it will show you copy. Okay, I showed you previously. It will show you copy of rejection and the selection of vendors.
So, Ram, I have a question, Ram.
Yeah.
So, once we received the quotation from the vendor, okay, and we are not happy with the quotation, again the negotiation will happen through system or through
Yes,
email.
yes. It depends, right? It's up to you.
Okay. No, if the negotiation happens through system, so by the time only we can populate it over in SAP, right?
We can use resend the quotation to again vendor. You will go to ME 42, input the document number here. Just think this is the document number which is sent to vendor. This is for one-time vendor, okay? Change RFQ. We are going here. Go to print output messages. Okay, here NEU, one-time vendor, go to communication method, give the respective email ID of the vendor.
Okay. Okay.
Again, it will go to vendor. Once you receive again back from the vendor, what you will do? You'll go to ME47 again. What you will do? 193 vendor. Change the price of the vendor to 7.
Okay.
And again process it ME49.
Okay.
Can you see? 7 came into picture here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Same process. But once you execute ME49, generally you will not change it. Price and all will not change because already you selected the vendor and you sent the registration letters to all the 3 vendors. Before doing anything, just we can do whatever you want.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sometimes you'll receive 2 emails. Same day you'll receive 2 emails back to back. 2 emails contain 2 different prices. In that case, you'll come back and you can change the price.
Okay. Okay.
Ram, here system gives rank based on price only.
Real time based on price, lead time, and payment terms. Based on the 3, it will give the rankings. As per the SAP standard way, system will give only with respect to price only. Here we should do some enhancement. Enhancement was FS document, a functional specification document we need to create. And you need to work with ABAPer here for an enhancement. What is your work in this one? Just you need to give the fields from where the lead time and price should take here. See, in this screen we have the price. Already system is comparing with respect to prices. Okay, in the code that was there, in the backend, in the program, this is there. This is the program for this one. Okay, this is the program for this one. In this program only, this is defined. System need to compare with respect to prices and you should give the rankings. Same that way, it needs to check the lead time as well as payment terms also. Where is lead time and payment terms, guys? Where is lead time and payment terms? I will tell the system that lead time and payment terms will be available in the vendor master or PIR. If you have these vendors, if your real vendors are there, what you will do? The payment terms or lead time will be available from the vendor master or PIR, whatever it may be, if you have vendor master. Okay, it will be there available there. If not, what you will do? They need to enter manually in the RFQ. Each and every vendor, they need to go to item details, they need to enter the lead time, everything and all. Or we can enhance this one also. See, in real time, you can see a lot of enhancements, guys. We can see many fields here. Not only these things, you can see many fields will be there here.
So Ram, it's really confusing, Ram. So lead time should be given by the vendor, right? Not by us.
But you are requesting, right, lead time. I want in 5 days. Vendor should accept that. See, you are doing business with Amazon. Amazon generally they will deliver within 5 days. Okay. But you are a regular vendor to Amazon. You are a big vendor to Amazon. Means you are a big company to Amazon. Means what? They are doing large supply to you. What they will do? They will treat you as a one of the supplier like they will be having something like silver, gold, like that it will be there. Gold, silver, like that they will divide the things and all. So if you are a gold kind of partner, what they will do? They will deliver within a single day. Within half day they will deliver the goods. If you are a silver partner, they will deliver within 3 to 4 days. Like that they will divide the companies which they will do supply and all. So you are a customer. For a customer, you need to follow the rules of the Amazon company. But if you are a partner, then you should have both parties should have some agreement should be there. Whenever I order, you should deliver within 2 days, 1 day, within half day. Like that, something should be there between you partners. Our vendor is a big company. We are always being a big purchases and all. Every order contains some some crores of rupees I am ordering. Then vendor should have some partnership, right? Like they need to accept few things from us, right? Here also I'm asking the vendor, are you okay with the lead time or not only? I'm not like, suggesting him to give with respect to your lead. I'm just asking him, is it possible? Is it possible? I'm comparing right here. Just I'm doing comparison. Which vendor is agreeing for my lead time? Which vendor is giving for less lead time? See, if you are comparing a quotation, you have three quotations in hand. Just think, okay. One vendor is telling I will deliver within 3 days. One vendor is telling I will deliver within 10 days. One deliver within 7 days. Which one do you select?
Okay,
The
okay.
previous
I'll
vendor
select this
only you
vendor.
select. Same method I am doing in the RFQ process, right? Which vendor is providing less thing, what I will do? I will compare with respect to that and I will select the vendor.
Okay, okay.
Okay, got it?
Okay, got it.
Any queries?
In real time, this RFQ process will be done by end users or consultants.
There will be separate team will be there, not end users. A separate team will be there. Okay, we'll call a sourcing team will be there. They will be doing all these activities and all. But if they are facing any issues, if they are facing any issues, you are going to resolve it. Like today's if in the class if you see this print option is not working. This print copy we are giving the print, but when you are trying to take the print copy of that one, it is not allowing you. It is showing some error. There is some issue, right? We are going to resolve the issue. What exactly the issue is coming? Where exactly? The output type is defined correctly or not? Okay, all those things you need to check.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Any other queries?